I just feel like my world has crumbled into nothing. I mean, you have every right to. Like Jesus, if I were you, I would have already broken down into a sobbing mess. Okay, look now. He is leaving the place. She is in the metro, not he. And Dakota is Julia's girlfriend. Okay, they are talking in the phone, texting or talking. I'd love to, but I'm on a subway, far too proud to cry in public, even now. And it's stupid, but I feel like someone out there keeps destroying everything I hold dear just to see my reaction, like it was a prank show and someone was just waiting to record me crying. So out of sheer spite, I'm doing my best not to cry. Fuck you. Whoever and wherever you are. That's the most Julia Sowinski thing I've heard. Spite as the greatest motivator, huh? Not feeling particularly motivated to do anything right now. To be honest, I just want to stay in my bed until my landlord calls the cops to forcefully evict me. Not surprised. I know that whenever life decides to it's always one thing after another, but this is too much. How much is too much? Let's recap this last week of June 2019. I've been kicked out of my job. Well, not that I've ever been hired. So let's just say my mentor broke every vague promise he ever made to me. A big thing I've been working on for a year and a half went down the toilet. It's all useless. My boss didn't protect my sources properly, and now they keep trying to reach me through every possible channel, threaten me or just yell at me. And they have every right to react like that. All of my side gigs were shut down. Nobody's replying to my emails. Someone's been dragging my name through the mud behind the scenes, and it worked. I still have no idea who's sending these bad messages around. I've been asking, but listen, don't worry about it. Oh, look. She, such a nice person. After all this, she's telling her girlfriend not to worry. I'm not going to stand idly by and watch you get cancelled by some mean-spirited delusional. I said don't worry about it. I have 300 messages from my landlord. The message previews were stressful enough. A call came from Chicago. Apparently dad has bladder cancer. Mom is in hysterics. She'd go crazy if she heard about my situation, so I have to pretend everything is okay whenever she calls. And she calls every day, and she just won't hang up before she offloads all her burdens on me. And I can't blame her because we all had to learn to cope with dad's psychopathic tendencies somehow. Oh, so that's why she's mean to herself. Bad household. I was robbed. All my documents and what little money I had gone. Don't even know when or where it happened. And it's driving me crazy because I'm always extremely wary of pickpockets. The list goes on. I don't want to sound paranoid, but it really feels like a concreted attack. Paranoid is good. Anyway, I know you always hand wave this topic away, but just remember that if anything happens, my place is your place. You don't have to get through it all alone. I do. I've been a trouble magnet, and as self-centered as I may be, I don't want it to affect you. I know. Listen, I have another call. Alright, just call me if anything happens, no matter how dumb it seems, okay? And swing by whenever you can. I will. Thank you. See you. I put my phone away, exhaled, blankly stare in the front of me. Christ, I glance at my reflection in the window. Just look at this idiot. Whenever the situation requires me to dress formally, I still feel a bit like a child cosplaying as an adult. Should have just followed the dress for the job you want advice and continue dressing up like a trust fund kid who keeps partying on Brooklyn rooftops for years without a care in the world. Yeah, like in some countries, like they really care how you dress. I don't know why though. I really have this problem. Like I just like dress in a very like fast, comfortable way. But some people like take a lot of time to they make up they care about the colors that they wear so much. Some people I see that, for example, they have pants and a t-shirt and they buy a bag just for that pants or t-shirt. Like I don't really do that stuff. And actually people treat them different. Like I don't know why, but one time I like really dressed up and I was going out and a woman unexpectedly smiled at me. But sometimes like I didn't really dress full and people were just really mean to me for no reason. Just really sad actually. Like I'm the type of person that like really believes in the beauty within. Like don't care about clothing. Myself I don't. I don't know what is wrong with these people. Shh. It just made me so sad. It's only after a while that I realized the car is empty unnaturally, so I start feeling uneasy, but someone enters my peripheral vision. Okay, I can see the eyes are red. Oh, scary. And that's the last thing I consciously register. The world dissolves. When I come to, I'm out of the subway, standing in a back alley I don't recognize. No! It's pretty dark. My eyes start adjusting and I try to figure out what happened. There's a gun in my hand. Not only her life was destroyed, she got kidnapped, and when she woke up, something very bad in her hand. A faint silhouette at my feet, it's not moving. Somebody stands in front of me, covered in shadows. I can fully make out her face, but she's staring at me with visible intent. She speaks. Her voice is raspy and androgynous. Her tone hateful and mocking. Androgynous means like a voice. An androgynous voice means that like it's between male and female. Aren't you a nasty one? What is going on? Who are you? Don't play coy. My mind goes blank. I look at the ground. There's a body riddled with bullet holes and I recognize who it is or was. The corpse belongs to Mike Antonoff, one of the double spiral whistleblowers. My source. He was just threatening to get back at me for a few hours ago. Before I can feel even the tiniest bit of compassion, I face a terrible realization. They will think I'm guilty. Oh my god! Am I guilty? Oh, look at that. I think she like needs self-worth. She doesn't trust herself. How is this real? It wasn't me. I don't even know what's going on. Listen, I was just riding the subway. Again, don't play coy. You knew him. He was mad at you. You started telling him sob stories about your situation. He wasn't having none of it. You got mad, things escalated, he died. This isn't true. It's plausible, but that doesn't make it true, or does it? This is just a nightmare. It doesn't even make sense. It must be a dream. And if it isn't, the person in front of me must be responsible. Like, there's a faint voice in my head screaming that it's her world, that I'm just living in it. Dark thoughts. But of course, like, this woman really gives dark thoughts, like attacks you even with her look and energy. Controlling, you belong to me, like that type of look. What the have you done to me? Nothing yet, but I'll do what I can to get you locked up for life. This is a murder in the first degree with special circumstances. Her detached voice and nonsensical tone only reassures me this can't be real. I refuse to believe it is. Before I even managed to think this through, I pointed a gun at her. If I did murder him, you wouldn't be acting like that. You wouldn't be standing in front of me. You'd be running away, calling the police, begging for help, yelling that I'm a psycho. Oh, you are a psycho, but I'm not a coward. I won't let you walk out of her here alive. Well, that's completely... sounds like a very toxic person. Look at that. Oh my god. Like, she is a psycho. She gives threatening energy and she tells her you're psycho. This doesn't make a single lick of sense. Tears well up in my eyes. Why are you doing this? Because sometimes one has to confront what they are really made of. There's no two ways about it. She's gotta be nuts. Slowly but surely, she starts walking toward me. Stop right there, or I shoot. Go on. It's the only way you can get off the hook, isn't it? The only way you can survive. But you will definitely prove you are the monster I claim you are. What is this tone? So controlling, inaesthetic, patronizing. Oh, so she realized this too. I'm serious. For your own sake, you'd better be. She keeps getting closer. Maybe I did kill Antonov. Maybe I don't deserve to live. Maybe it's less tiring not to live. Maybe I should just let her take care of me. Maybe I will just like wake up. Or maybe this is insane reality needs to be rejected as violently as possible. Maybe a world that wants to destroy me deserves to be destroyed. She's right in front of me. If I was her, I would just die. Like, not die, but just like, I don't know, just something after another and another. Just, it's now or never. Oh, I would shoot her. I would pick up my chance. I close my eyes and squeeze the trigger. No, if I was me, I was that afraid that I didn't openly. Because if you close your eyes, what if you miss? A loud bang echoes through the alley. I'm afraid to look what I've done. Honey, she is a bad person, not you. I've been to a shooting range once and felt absolutely horrified by pistols. Such a small thing, but it can easily puncture a hole in the fabric reality is made of. Never knew I'd be able to use it against another human being. The very thought makes me want to puke. You were a right choice after all. I'm so glad. You haven't allowed yourself to break, but you've crossed the line I needed you to cross. There's a silent flame in you that could become an inferno. If I left unchecked, I sure hope it will. She's still alive. Her voice is coming from behind me. She puts her hands around my waist and let her cold mouth touches my neck. I can feel my shirt getting violently torn off. What if it's a good brand, you bad woman? I don't understand, but I'm too dazed to protest. That was your final test. Congratulations, you have proven yourself worthy. I can feel something sharp sliding into my neck. It's not too painful, just a startling. Think, a doctor pushing a needle into your vein without a proper warning. Look at her style, like gothic. Then it hits me. Pure bliss. The dopamine receptors I've considered completely fried until now suddenly recover and start bombarding me with pleasure I've never known before. I finally let tears go. They come flooding. They've been waiting for years. It's such a relief. Is it raining? I feel like I'm in the middle of a deluge. At least. Washing away all my fears, all my sorrows, all my anger, all of my pain, all of my ego. I became one with the world, and the woman behind me, she's holding me tight, making me feel like the only important thing in this world. Making me feel like the only important thing in this world. Everything else blurs. I feel something intense toward her, something I've never felt before. Is it love? I hope it is. This is not you, hisses a familiar, cynical voice in the back of my head. But it's okay, I've never felt particularly fond of me anyway. New York, you're perfect. Oh please, don't change a thing. Change. She became happy. Nirvana. He who laughs in the shadows always has a last laugh. Hallelujah, praise be. When everything is cliche, nothing is. Isn't that the ever-distant utopia I've been chasing all along? People on the other trains, I hope you're doing fine. God, shut up, just enjoy it. You finally understand. She's making love to me, she's giving birth to me, she's burying me. I'm pretty sure I've been dead for a while. I'm pretty sure I could stare at my own corpse in her hands from a distance. For a moment, somehow. Oh, like her spirit saw herself. And then I'm alive again. She lifts her mouth from my neck. No, wait, I taste blood in my mouth. Was I drinking her blood too? I realized that whatever this was, it's over. And I have to bask in an afterglow while I still can. Guys, what actually happened here? Look. The woman that we met was a member of the clan La Sombra. La Sombra people test their... When they want to like test, they test you. And if you like achieve the results of the test, like not fail the test, they turn you into a vampire. This is what happened. She gave her blood to Julia through mouth. I also immediately understand that I'm going to chase this fleeting feeling for the rest of my existence. Finally, she lets out a whisper which concludes the ceremony. No matter what happens next, don't forget you're a monster. But you were lucky enough to be born into a world of monsters, so don't you ever mourn that fact, embrace it. I think balance between yin and yang is very important. Like this woman, like it's just the dark. Okay, like we have dark and yin and yang. Okay, like if you constantly think you're a monster, that's weird. Once again, I find myself in Big Beat Burger, familiar surroundings, faces I recognize, mood same as it ever was. Still, I process it in an entirely different way. It all frustrates me now, or maybe precisely makes me frustrated with myself. It's like I'm just clinging to the remnants of a cocoon I've outgrown. Ah, the posture. It's the same with these cigarettes. I don't need them anymore. So why do I keep holding on to them? Because your style, because of your style, girl. It's like I refuse to accept that I'm something better than I used to be. A vampire. Just 2 nights ago, I met Karen. She embraced me. Oh, the name of the woman was Karen. She embraced me, by which I mean turned me into a kindred. She calls herself my sire and me her child. Guys, embraced here means like turn someone into a vampire, turn a human into a vampire, and kindred means vampire. Because you cannot constantly go and say I'm a vampire, vampire. Don't say that word. Like they have that rule that don't say vampire, say kindred. Okay, it's better because to protect themselves. And sire is the person that turns the human into the vampire. Like this is the person, the sire vampire comes, turn the person. Now she is the sire, Julia is the child. Okay. Last night she taught me the basics of survival: drinking blood, manipulating humans, bending steel, controlling shadows. Because like they have superpowers, the woman tried to like teach her some superpowers. They have superpowers. Tonight I expected more lessons. Instead, she just told me to go out and enjoy myself. What's the catch? I asked. To which she responded, I might kill you if you prove to be a disappointment. There are a few rules I have to uphold. The masquerade. I can't contact anyone. I can't contact anyone I knew as a human. I can't let anyone realize I'm not human anymore. I can't embrace anyone, and so on. Otherwise, I'm free to do whatever I want. But for some reason, the first thing I did was come back here. Old habits die hard. Karen is probably watching me from somewhere even now. The way I understand it, tomorrow night she is supposed to introduce me to the Camarilla, a local society of vampires. Guys, look. The story of this whole vampire masquerade thing and what actually Camarilla is that during the Dark Ages, not modern days, okay, vampires were powerful. By little they started to lose power because of change in the society. Human rights were being better and stuff like that. So vampires gathered around, made a team called Camarilla, and made a structure, new rules for example, and made the rule together like masquerade, and made Camarilla to like protect themselves. And now every vampire has this masquerade rule, which means that you need to put a mask. What is the mask? The mask is I'm human, but behind the mask I'm not a human. So if someone says keep the masquerade, it means that don't reveal that you are a vampire. And for example, if you like feed on the street or something like that, that means you've broken the masquerade. And this Camarilla is one of the sects here, okay, so, and very powerful sect. structures, and camera people are very old, powerful or traditional, don't like technology, but they are like like they like, for example, might treat you bad if you're ugly, like stuff like that. Like don't like rebels, stuff like that. Camarilla is like that. Don't like technology. Camarilla doesn't like technology that much. Turns out they are the ones who have been systematically ruining my life lately, are part of some secret evolution that I barely passed. Just imagining the reach they have make me dizzy. They are powerful, as I said. After they destroyed the old me that I barely cared about, Karen rebuilt me anew. On one hand, her test left some scars that will take time to heal. On the other hand, maybe I should just be grateful. I am snapped out of my thoughts by a sudden scream. Some douchebag yelling about his french fries not being salty enough. I think this is my clue to leave permanently. Goodbye, BBB. Hope I never see you again. BBB is the name of the restaurant. I'm destined for greater things, you see. In this part, we have 3 parts. The first one is a boy that we want to feed. The second is that we go to the club. The third is that we have a fight. But I guess like the fight one is the hardest for me, for people that maybe, I don't know, not so fluent in English. Okay, let's go with the first one. This guy is talking. He lowers his eyes awkwardly, thinking how to proceed with his rant. So it's like the conversation isn't really smooth, yeah? It's like I keep throwing against the wall and seeing what sticks, but nothing seems to stick for long, you understand, yeah? Okay, we just talking to this guy so that we can feel. Of course, he's boring. Yeah. It's really this lack of a contest that's killing me about online dating. It's bad enough when a few photos and a single sentence are all you have to rely on when starting a conversation, yeah? But when a cosmic miracle finally happens and she's actually willing to keep replying to you, and she's actually down to meet up eventually, and you're out there sitting with her, and after 90 minutes, you still don't have that shared contest. Just no clue whatsoever. It's just like, take me out and put a on my head and put me out of my misery. I'm gonna say I hear you to this guy so that he thinks I'm nice and trust me. I hear you. So it's just one of those dates, and it's like we've been sitting here for ages, and the only thing she has prolonged interest in is getting as hammered as possible, just one drink after another. And the more drunk she is, the more familiar she's getting. And it's these little things, you know, touching my upper arm after each joke, her arm around my shoulder, her jokingly punching my waist. This escalation is subtle but steady. In addition, one recurring topic appears, and that is all the cool she has and wishes she could have shown me. Oh, too bad it's all back in her apartment. That's when it hits me. She just wants to read this part for yourself. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna say no way. Oh yeah, well eventually we both run out of ideas for topic that could potentially be interesting to both of us. So I'm just like, I'd sure love to see all the in your apartment. Okay, I guess I can say crap in YouTube. So we Uber there, and it's an admittedly pretty nice apartment. Like, nothing too fancy, but I can tell her dad is the kind of, this is swearing, I like to punch in the face if I ever met him. Know what I mean? Okay, so the boy really hates the girl's dad. So she guides me to the kitchen and makes me some tea, a rare Indian blend. Forgot what it was 5 minutes later. Then she excuses herself and goes to the bathroom and doesn't come back. 10 minutes later, I run out of tweets to read and become a little concerned. I start looking around. The first thing that catches my eye is the kitchen table. I'm gonna say and. The table is surprisingly large and it's covered in neatly arranged documents, like some connected dots investigation board, mafia, conspiracy kind of thing. Naturally, I take interest. It takes me 20 seconds to process what it is. Her entire mental health history sorted chronologically, with all the juicy stuff neatly underlined in color. And I mean entire, like it's all in there. If that girl was me, I would just feel bad that my documents are exposed, and I don't know, I just feel so ashamed. Or maybe we shouldn't be ashamed, like, yeah, we shouldn't be ashamed, like, it's just nothing to be ashamed of. A detailed description of her household. Okay, so the girl shouldn't definitely be ashamed because it was because of the household. Because some people have mental problems because they have a bad family, but some people have mental problem because they are bad people. Household situation over the years: anxiety, ADHD, bouts of depression, suspicious of schizophrenia, severe BPD, some weird psycho. Read the last line for yourself. Stop with her brother. Wow. I keep reading and reading, and I just remember what I said about throwing against the wall and seeing what it sticks. I'm dead certain that's how her shrinks went about diagnosing her. Sometimes shrinks are not good people. Being a shrink and have a degree doesn't mean you actually care about people. She finally maybe some shrinks like do this, like just don't know what you actually have and don't put the time to actually figure out what is causing the problem. Some shrinks are just like, they just want the money and it's over. She finally comes out of the bathroom like an hour after she went in. At this point, I've read all the shit on the table. 3 times, and not just the stuff she's highlighted for my convenience. She highlighted her documents. Interesting. And I feel like right now I understand her better, like someone who's read Crime and Punishment understands Raskolnikov. I really don't know who Raskolnikov is, and I really don't want to know. And I'm not happy about that, like, at all. You know what I mean? She walks with a cheerful hi. I respond with a slick, all good. She nods, does this weird finger gun thing, and chuckles. I pretend I've been doing work-related stuff on my phone the whole time. The small talk starts. A minute, she casually picks up one of the documents on the table and she starts doing this super obvious body language cues that are like, oh no, how did this get here? I'm practically dying inside, but I just put my cool face and make it look like I'm not here. I'm practically dying inside, but I put my cool face and make it look like I'm not here. Sorry, gotta reply to my boss. Yeah, he's working 24/7. Psycho. Swearing? Yeah, like haha. She slowly collects all the documents, puts them away, and then nonchalantly asks me something about Tame Impala while I'm feeling crushed by all the kinds of trauma I've just learned about. The apartment starts feeling like a coffin. All of a sudden, she picks up a kitchen knife, starts playing with it, and this zone out stare. I'm mortified. So what do you think I did? I'm gonna say ran away. You ran away? This thought crossed my mind, but nah, as usual, I took the dumbest course of action and I... Bravo! Bravo! Dude! This dude is perfect for feeding because this dude is perfect for eating because it ignores the red flags. That's how the worst 6 months of my 6 months of my life began, and I couldn't even say I didn't see it coming. God, I'm such a... Yeah. He leans back and groans while hiding his face behind his palms. I look at his neck. Every vein seems so visible and possibly alluring. I don't think I've ever looked at anyone's neck like that. I realize I feel insanely thirsty. Damn, I know. You sure took a turn. Years ago when this rant began, it was about continental philosophy. What? Sorry, can you say that again? Okay, I guess the guy is just so hammered. He's pretty drunk, barely able to focus on anything but his current train of thought. Just what I was hoping for. Years ago when this... Never mind. Listen, I'm stuffy in here. I want to go out, get some fresh air. You haven't touched your drink. I mean, I would if I could. No more alcohol for me. Julia's thinking to herself because as a vampire she cannot have human food or else she will vomit. What? Oh no, this one's not mine. I mean, some dude bought it for me, but I don't want it. He scans the room with a duster looking for the guy who did it, not realizing his best chance of finding him is in a mirror. Then he drinks like half of my glass at once while looking around as if he was hoping to prove his dominance over an unseen enemy. Okay, after you. We're walking across a mostly empty street. We're focused on keeping upright and walking in a straight line. I'm focused on finding a spot where I can drink him up. You seem like bad news. Oh yeah? So why don't you just leave me alone? Because this guy just doesn't care about red flags, goes to the red flags. Interesting. Determination, I guess. I roll my eyes and that's when I notice a deep underlit stairwell. I look around and realize there's no one around. This is my chance. I immediately yank him downstairs. It's almost pitch black, but I can still see his face. He doesn't seem shocked. It's more like awkwardness. Okay, now the guy is saying, now listen, it's not that I never wanted to do this sort of thing in public, quite the opposite. It's just that I need a certain degree of comfort to perform at optimal levels. Oh, shut up. I stick my fangs inside his neck and he whimpers and becomes silent. Finally, that's what I've been waiting for the past hour. He relaxes in my arms and I relax with him. It's like all the drinks I had to deny myself until now are hitting my head all at once, like with no unpleasant side effects. I feel radiant. I don't want this moment to end, but it has to. I drop his body on the floor and lick the wound close. Okay, so the vampires, when they bite you, if they lick you, they can cure you in this world. Like, they can cure the wound so that no one suspected something suspicious about the neck of random humans having a bite mark on it. Just the way she taught me. Okay, so I guess the sire, the person that turned this person into the vampire, taught her something. His pulse is faint but steady. He reeks of booze. If anyone finds him, there should be no suspicions. As I walk up the stairwell, I insert a finger into my mouth and try to sense my fangs. No dice. It seems they really are retraceable. Well, that's handy. The hunger pangs are gone. I rub my hands around my body. I feel comfortable, hopeful, happy. Can't remember the last time I enjoyed life like this. Now let's keep this party going on. Okay, now she wants to party. Let's go to the club. This club reeks of death and I love it. I've been here quite a few times, but I never seen anything breathtaking. Anything this breathtaking. Everybody around me is whacked out of their minds, and as they keep dancing madly, the spirits dance beside them. If you look at this picture that is showing you the screen, you can completely see that we have even some spirits dancing there, like the hands in the middle of the club that are doing this. They're spirits because if you look at the left part of the picture, the red wall, I can see some shadows come and go. As a human, when you're dancing, you don't keep disappearing, or at least I can see the shadow that when you left. But this shadow are dancing and disappearing, dancing and disappearing. So you can see the spirits are dancing. I've been here quite a few times. Okay, I read that part. I'm gonna read it again. I've been here quite a few times, but I've never seen anything this breathtaking. Everyone around me is whacked out of their minds, and as they keep dancing madly, the spirits dance beside them. Spectral silhouettes phase in and out of existence, becoming more visible the more intense the music grows. It looks like a bizarre ritual, a profane mass. I noticed this it's the voice samples the ghosts react to the strongest. The most suggestive ones cause them to appear distorted, even tormented. Okay, so she can actually see ghosts, dead people. It's as if, because of course they connected to the death realm, they connected to the shadow realm. It's the oblivion. Oblivion in this world is that when you die, you go there, and it's dark. She's connected to that. The people in Clan Sombra connected to that. It actually gives them superpowers. It's as if something was struggling to be born out of the harsh sounds, and the dead were hoping to be reborn alongside it. They're all uneasy, quivering with the desire for something far beyond their reach, probably the same as when they were alive. Sometimes the living dancers spot their dead counterparts. It's usually the most manic ones who notice something out of the corner in their eyes for only a split second, but never realize what they've glimpsed. Some apparitions dance to a completely different tune than the rest of us. One only they can hear. Those seem the saddest. The spectacle is eerie. At times, it's unbearably melancholic. Above all, it's beautiful. I keep on moving to the rhythm until I reach a trance-like state, and then something even stranger happens. Every now and then, when I brush against someone, like brush, a fragmentary vision appears before my eyes. A car burning in the freeway, an outstretched hand in depth of the sea, a man jumping out of a skyscraper window. Memories of the past, preventable visions of the future. I have no idea what it means, but I'm strangely eager to find out. I guess she sees how they die, Okay, this girl is cute. I love her. I really don't know her, but she's cute. And then there are dancers like her, the girl that we saw. Ones that aren't ghosts, humans, or even vampires, but something else altogether. I bet that girl that we saw is a ghoul, because ghoul is a human that drinks vampire blood, sometimes serves vampires, because some connection happens to the vampire that gives the blood to the human. And I don't know, they are not human, but they're not vampires, and vampires are dead, so the blood of the dead comes to their veins. They are not fully dead, but they are not fully alive, so in between. This new world is full of mysteries and I plan to get to the bottom of them all. But for now, I just wanna dance. Wow, what a night. Okay, yeah. Okay, like this, when this scene comes, that means the part that you wanna play 3 games, like, or 3 stories is ended. Because you can no longer choose the fighting. But I'm gonna show you what happens to the other parts too.